grab my water and then I'll be out of your way. Okay, thank you.
This is the spot where Adventureland Video was in Interlachen, Florida. It is now Art of Vano's Antiques, Collectibles, and Knickknacks. And this was the very first video store we had in Interlachen. And it was a big, Adventureland was a national chain. And it didn't last very long here. But it was the first big video store that we had in town. The first big video store I ever even saw. They had, you know, it was well lit, and they had lots of movie posters. And a lot of the mom and pop video stores you went in, they had movie posters like tacked on the wall or whatever, but they had like frames with light bulbs. And this is a, well, I just talked to the owner of this particular business, and she didn't even know that this was once a video store. So we're just going to walk in and take a look inside. This building has been empty for a long time, and here we go. First time I've been inside here in a long time, and it's now like a neat little convenience antique store. Just show off some of this stuff right quick. Got some Hulk comics, Batman, cool stuff. I may have to come back here and bring some money. CDs, Led Zeppelin, cassette tapes, very cool. And this, oh, it looks so different now. But yeah, this storefront was empty for the longest time. And I don't think that wall was there. They built that on. It used to be, it went through, so. Alright, that's Adventureland Video, the very first video store that we had in Interlachen. Very cool. And this brings us to Video World in Interlachen. I think this was one of the very first video rental stores in Interlachen. And it's special to me because I worked here when I was 13 years old. And my parents had taken over this place and I don't know if you can see inside there, it's very small. But right there, and again, I don't think you're going to see anything, but right there was the new release wall, and we didn't have a lot of new release movies because back then a new release VHS tape was about $100, 79, 95 to $100 for a new release tape. So we couldn't get all the new releases, and we could only get one copy of each new release. And the other stores in town, like Video Magic and Miller's, rented videos also. They could get, you know, a bunch of the new releases and multiple copies of them. This is still here on the door, and this is the where you would return your tapes after hours. And when we would come in the mornings, sometimes the box that we had down there would overfill and there'd be a whole spillage of tapes that we pick up, but sure enough did. This was the Video World. And right next to the Video World, this was a hairdresser. You can see they don't have the slot on the door for tapes, and hairdresser of course is long gone. But this was Video World rental store. The And if I'm not mistaken, this was the very first video store that I ever even went in. And first video store I ever saw, really. And what kept them in business so long was that they did have a nice catalog, a back catalog of like obscure horror movies and stuff like that. That, you know, the other video rental stores went hard on the new releases. And I think Video Magic even had rented Nintendo games, and of course we couldn't afford any of that. But this is Video World, long gone, forgotten to history. So now I'm standing on the corner of Highway 315 and Highway 20 in Interlachen. And this empty space right here was once a Handyway convenience store. And you know, you can't even Google that anymore and get really anything. I found one picture of a Handyway convenience store from a different town that I will put in this video right now. So in the 80s, this was like the main hub in Interlachen. I mean, there was really nothing here except this Handyway convenience store, which is now an empty field. And in the building next to the Handyway, there was a video store called Video Magic. And that was a really nice store for a really long time. And unfortunately, they closed in the early 2000s when Movie Gallery came in. I'm pretty sure that Movie Gallery put them out of business. And that was the end of Video Magic. Now, Video Magic did move from this location, this now gone location that doesn't exist anymore, across the street. And we'll go over here and take a look at this. And see what it looks like today. So this is the location that they moved to, that Video Magic rental store moved to, which is right across the street from the empty lot I just showed you. And they moved over here sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s. And by like 2001, 2002, they were gone. And that's, like I said, probably because of Movie Gallery moving into town and put them down. But they were a really nice video store. And I have some, they had a going out of business sale where they were selling everything off when they closed. And I have some of the rental tape boxes that I'll show. I'll insert a photo of them right here. So these are the a couple of the VHS rental boxes I have from Video Magic. A couple different color variations. And I did have some boxes that had a label on the inside that showed their logo, but I can't find those right now. It's a shame. It would have been great for this video. But anyway, if you rented a video from Video Magic, they would have come in these video boxes. I got two different color variations, and I bought these at their going out of business sale. In the mid-90s, there was a video store right here in a strip mall that's since been torn down and doesn't even exist anymore. This barren field here or thereabouts right next to the CVS is whereabout I remember it being, but they tore it down when they expanded Highway 20 to 4 lanes, and it's long gone. And I don't even remember the name of this video store. And it was a really small video store, but the thing about that video store was they had a lot of cool, hard to find, out of print stuff at that time in the late 90s. You know, the internet didn't exist, so a lot of these movies you just didn't see unless you found a VHS tape of them. And they had them, so that was a pretty cool pretty cool little video store that's now long gone. And I can't even remember the name of it, and it didn't last very long, but it is gone. So I guess we'll move on now to our next stop in the VHS rental history tour. Alright, our next stop here is at the Hitchcock's Plaza. This is Sweepstakes. I have really no idea what Sweepstakes is, but back in the early 2000s this was a movie gallery, and it is long closed. It's been gone for about 10 years now, maybe more. Here we can still see the tape return box there, and I don't know if you can see that, but we still have movie gallery written on there, and the sign out front, it said movie gallery just up till like this last year. They had a big movie gallery sign on there, and I'm not sure if this is, it don't look like there's much in there now. I don't know what's going on there, but this was movie gallery. It sure was, and it's now long gone. And now, almost 40 years after everything that I've been talking about, the VHS rental, we still have movie rental. Physical copies of movies are still being rented in Interlachen today. And I really don't know, it's so weird that people chose this over a video store, going out with their friends and family on a Friday night and walking into the video store. This is what people picked, but it is what it is, I guess. And you know, I don't really much care about anything coming out of Hollywood these days, or for the past 10 years really, but I still do have a soft spot for the old-timer movies, but none of this really appeals to me. So this concludes our video rental tour of Interlachen, Florida, and I thank you for watching.